How has your day been so far? What have you been up to? Tell me. How was your day? What have I been doing today? I've had a couple of chats with people this morning, actually. So excited. I'm looking at internships, but like a virtual internship, which would be great because I think over the summer, I think students are probably going to find it a little bit harder to find work. And therefore have work experience. And obviously a lot of work experience has been cancelled because of COVID-19. So I'm trying to do... Oh, I can hear myself talk. That's not good. So I'm trying to sort out some kind of virtual internship, which I've been looking at this morning. So that's quite exciting. Maybe A-level students, I'm thinking. So that's quite cool. What else have I been doing today? I did some baking last night for, we made homemade pizza. And the best thing about making homemade pizza is that there's always some left over the next day because we make these massive pizzas. So I've had homemade pizza for lunch and probably enough left for tomorrow as well. So that's been quite exciting. Yeah, it's kind of it from me for today, really. It's kind of been an interesting day. Hi Emma, oh, bless you, from Ireland, bless your heart. Hope everything's going okay over there. Hi Cheryl, chemistry for you this morning. Fabulous. What kind of chemistry were you doing? I must admit, chemistry was never my strong point. Chemistry was better than physics for me. Biology was always my favourite. I could always do biology fairly well, and then chemistry was a second, but physics, out the window completely. How are you all doing? I'm glad to have you all with me. So we're going to do some more drawing today. Don't forget that not next week, but the week after, I'm going to be doing bullet journals. And I am going to be ordering at the end of this week some dot paper sketchbooks, for myself, because they are a lot easier to work with for bullet journals because they've got a kind of grid pattern and dots. If you would like one and you'd like me to order for you, you want to share postage and packaging, and then you want to come pick up from me in Tunbridge Wells, you're more than welcome. Just let me know if you want me to order one. But they should be good fun. They should be good. So yeah, just let me know. So don't forget about that. Cool. We're going to do some drawing today. So today what we're going to do is draw an eye, just the one, today. Because I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with and worry about the kind of proportion and getting all the bits in to make it look like a proper eye. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I'm going to do a really, really simplistic version. Obviously you can really change it. So once you start getting the basics down, you can then change it depending on how you want it to look. So if you want it to look like a slightly more mature eye, like my own, you can start putting in crow's feet and wrinkles and all of that. But we're just going to do a really, really basic one, just using literally basic shapes to start off with, and just adding and adding bits. So we're kind of going to do it step by step. So hopefully that will help. But yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. Oh, what were you doing, Cheryl? Acids, bases, alkalis and neutralising. Excellent. Actually, that was one of my favourite bits. Just get the baking soda and vinegar out. Kind of basically explains it. Excellent stuff. Oh, did you know if you used I'm sure it's baking soda and vinegar in cabbage water from red cabbage, so you know it goes blue. If you put I'm going to get this the wrong way around, but I think it's if you put the vinegar in, it goes pink, and then if you put baking soda in, it goes blue. So it kind of shows you the effects of that neutralising. Sorry, I'm going into chemistry now. It's supposed to be an art lesson. Sorry, guys. Hi, Lynn. Nice to see you. Excellent stuff. No worries. Catch up later. That's fine. Hi, Vicky. Excellent. Right, I'm going to start drawing before I go more into chemistry than I am into art. So I'm going to drop you guys down so that you can see what I'm doing. But the very, very, very first thing that we're going to do is draw a little circle in the middle. So I'm going to keep this fairly big so that hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just using, actually I might use a harder pencil, having said that. So yeah, so this is just a 3H. You guys can just use a normal pencil. I'm using a harder pencil so that you can see what I'm doing basically on the paper, and hopefully it will be dark enough for you to see. Cheryl, that was the investigation. Excellent. I'm glad I didn't forget my chemistry, you see? It's there in my head. Now I'm doing a very kind of sketchy circle, as you would imagine from me. So if you want to make it neater, you can always do it very, very lightly or rub it out as I'm doing now. So that there's a faint outline left, and then go over it fairly hard so that you get the perfect circle shape. We're going to hold that up so you guys can see. So you can just about see a faint outline of the sketching underneath, but then you've got a really nice tidy circle on top of there. Hi Joe! Great to have you with us. So we're going to start with the circle. For those of you who just joined, we are drawing an eye today. So starting with the circle, and then what we want to do is go over the top in a kind of semicircle. But we're going to almost come down, so it's not halfway, it's actually a bit lower, so we're almost going to come down to kind of near the bottom really. So joining on top of the circle here. So you're going to come down in a semicircle. I have to turn my paper to get that semicircle so that the sweep of my hand goes in the right direction. There we go. Now, the nice thing about this semicircle is that you can make it slightly thicker on the top, and then it goes down to a point. So hopefully you guys can see that. I will hold that up so that you can see in 1 second. So thicker at the top, and then it comes down to a nice point at the bottom. I'm just going to go ahead and colour that bit in the middle. So can you see that? Nice and thick at the top, coming down to points. And they're almost coming down to where the bottom of the circle is. Not quite, but almost. Okay, so our next semicircle is going to come this way, but we're not going to quite go to the end, and it's not going to touch the bottom of the eye. So I'm going to bring it in. It's a much shallower semicircle. And we don't need to do a thick and thin bit for this one. So can you guys see that I haven't quite touched, so this is going to be the corner of our eye. I haven't quite touched the corner, and it's just below the bottom of that circle. Okay, so that's step 3. Step 4 is that corner bit. So we're just going to round off the corner there. It's slightly more pointed. There we go. So hopefully you can see there that I've just rounded that off in the corner. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is add a little bit of the eyelid. So we're going to follow this semicircle on the top here. Oh, hi Mum, hi Edith, joining us. Excellent stuff. So I'm just going to start maybe a quarter of the way up. I'm just going to do a line just following. So this is going to be our eyelid coming in here. So as I say, this is a very, very basic eye. This is very, very using basic shapes. And then you can really play around with it later on when you if you have a play with it. I am also just going to do a little bit of a line in this corner, which just shows the eyeball, the corner of the eyeball there. So yeah, so you can really play around with it later. So if you want to add like wrinkles in and make it really kind of old and nice kind of saggy skin going on, you can do all that as well. Or some freckles maybe, entirely up to you. So the next bit we're going to do is the eyelashes. So with the eyelashes we're going to do maybe about 6 or 7 kind of bigger, thicker eyelashes, and then we're going to do thinner ones in between so that we kind of fill it out a bit. So the ones that are here, so I'm only going to do maybe one just up to the eyelid. These are going to be slightly shorter, these ones. And they're going to curve to a point. So you can see that I've done them quite thick here. I'll just hold that up so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so they're quite thick. So you're going to have about 6 or 7 quite thick ones, and then we're going to fill in the thin ones in between. For some reason, I've got a bit of a fascination with eyes and drawing eyes and painting eyes. But I think people find them quite difficult. So I'm just doing them nice and kind of similar lengths along this side now. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I might fit 8 in actually. 7. And I will do one right in the corner as well, coming out. There we go. Okay, so just equally spaced. You can fill them out. It's just a really, really basic step-by-step eye. And then what we're going to do is just fill them in slightly. So we're going to put just a couple of thinner eyelashes in between those thicker ones. I'm putting quite a few in here actually. You don't have to put as many as me. I'm just literally flicking them kind of out and round, so in the similar shape as the other ones. There we go. So you start filling it out like that. And then we can add a few on the bottom as well. But when you come to the bottom ones, I would just start from here. So about maybe 2/3 just about of the way along. And just a couple joining onto where you've put that one in the corner. That nice long one. I think hopefully you guys can see that. It's a bit faint, those ones. So I've just kept them really small and fairly light as well. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is outline the spot of light that's in our eye. So I'm going to just very, very gently, or maybe I should do it a bit harder for you guys so you can see. So hopefully you can see that in that corner I've just put a little circle. And then we're going to build around that for our pupil. So I'm going to put a nice big pupil in the middle. Again, try and keep it nice and round. There we go. This is why I've used quite a hard pencil for this one. So you can get a nice solid colour. And then what we're going to do is just gently shade in the iris, okay? So we're going to gently shade it in, but missing out our circle of light there. So the other lightest point when you're shading is going to be the bottom of the eyeball. Oh, Cheryl, your eyelashes are bending the wrong way. They should be flicking out towards the outside corner. So this is your inner corner. They're going to be flicking out towards the outside corner. Excellent stuff. So we're going to really shade in the top part here. And this actually, I might use just a slightly softer pencil for this. If we're going shading, maybe just a HB. So I'm just going to shade in this top bit here. And then just come slightly lighter as you come down. And the nice bit about using a softer pencil is that you can really smudge it with your fingers. Here we go. And then I'm going to shade around the other end as well. Always easier to turn the paper than yourself. And then maybe make that top bit just a little bit darker. Here we go. And so you've still got that little patch of light in that eyeball. And then if you want to, you can just briefly shade in just this corner here, just very, very gently. And just underneath the top of the eye. So again, I'm just gently going to smudge in just a little bit of shadow. Just so that it shows that that top of the eye is actually over the eyeball. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to thicken up that bottom line just in the corner. And thicken up that top line, just really darken it up of the eye there. And there you have it, one finished eye. Now the real trick, which I always find tricky as well, is matching up the other eye exactly the same way. So that's where we use lots of guidelines and rulers and measuring. So it's a really, really, really simple way of doing an eye. You can, if you want to, kind of darken this iris even more. so that it shows you've got a bit of colour behind there as well. There you have it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. As I say, eyes can be quite tricky, but if you follow those kind of really, really simple steps and just look at it in terms of shape, it can make it a lot easier. So just that kind of circle in the middle, the 2 semicircles at the top, a shallower one at the bottom, and just remember how to do the eyelashes and keep that little circle of light in the eyeball. There you go. So don't forget to take pictures of your eyes. I want to see all of your eyes looking at me from the comments. So please post them below. That would be absolutely wonderful. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Again, you'll just need a bit of paper, a pencil and a rubber. I think we're going to do a flower tomorrow. So it might be a tad more complicated, but just a tiny bit. So it won't be too complicated, I promise. You'll be able to do it, it'll be fine. But it's just, again, another kind of step-by-step easy way of drawing something. Cheryl's put aye indeed. Excellent, thank you so much, guys. Thank you to those that have already donated to Arty Farty Retreat. If you would like to donate, I'll pop the link below, that would be amazing. If you're unable to donate, not a problem at all. If you're still enjoying these videos, please do share them, get other people involved, get other people doing them, share your artwork, and just spread the word, really, about Arty Farty Retreat. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Have a good rest of your day. I hope you have lots and lots of fun this afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.